FG bans open cattle grazing nationwide, declares it criminal offense. Nyemo. Nyemo. Ban that is only a paper. Banning that they will not implement. They are not going to implement it. You are banning open grazing worldwide, nationwide. We are going to see if truly you ban it. The federal government of Nigeria has officially abolished open grazing of cattle across the country with immediate effect. The announcement was made in Yola, Adamawa State by the Minister of Livestock Development, Malam Idi Mukhtar Maiha, during the inaugural National Council on Livestock Development. Now, so it is not that you are banning open grazing. Speaking at the event, the minister declared that open grazing is now punishable offense only on paper, stating that it has caused unnecessary crisis and needless loss of lives over the years. So you are just waking up to know that one. It is now an offense to be caught grazing cattle openly. All herders are strongly encouraged to embrace ranching, which is safer, more modern, and will produce healthier and fatter cattle for better business, Maiha said. He revealed that since the presidential initiative to revitalize the livestock sector began, the ministry is determined to position it as Nigeria's next biggest revenue earner after oil and gas. The sector is projected to generate $74 billion in the next 5 years, without over $14 billion already earned. The minister was warmly received by Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, who was represented by the Deputy Professor Kaletapa Faruta George. The governor described Adamawa as the home of livestock in Nigeria and commended the minister for choosing the state to host historic council meeting. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Livestock, Senator Musa Mustafa, stated that livestock will soon take over oil as the nation's top revenue source. How? I don't understand. Livestock, cow, will overtake oil. As how now? I don't understand. Assuring that the Senate is ready to support a robust business-oriented budget for the ministry in a meeting now. That if everybody decides not to eat meat again now, people go and look for another business to do. Say it's oil money. Oil liquor. Similarly, Chairman of the House Committee on Livestock, Honorable Tazir Olawale Raji, he praised the ministry's bold step in banning open grazing, describing the farmer-herder clashes as unnecessary conflicts that should have been resolved a long time ago. Now just they wake up one by one. The permanent secretary of the ministry, Dr. Mrs. Chinyere Ijema Akombi, thanked investors who have embraced ranching, particularly mentioning Danolawa Adamawa and Olaji Sadiq Tawari. The minister also commended the Adamawa Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES, for achieving significant milestones in the past 12 years. The ban on open grazing is seen as a major policy shift aimed at ending decades of farmer-herder conflict and modernizing Nigeria's livestock industry. As Stanley Moore says, Buhari's mission was to support evil of Fulani people and convert Nigeria to Islamic Republic, but God is bigger than Islam and its supporters. God shall take them away one by one. Yes, so at this point, Kenneth says, banning open grazing is the beginning of peace in Nigeria. If government is really serious to implement it, how can cows enter into someone's farm and destroy their crops and there is no penalty? No penalty. It is no consequence. Even the farmer raises objections, they abide. We must be responsible for taking long overdue decision. Namdi says, just waking up since decade. How the dream? They just wake up. Exactly. Are you just waking up? Abdullah says, best news for Nigeria ever. God please implementation. That's the problem. Of course, they will announce on paper, but are they going to implement it? No. Me and you know that you will not see any implementation. Also says the same thing Nigeria have been shouting that they don't want now, because the US has shown interest. They are coming to ban open grazing after it has buyed almost everybody in the country. So it took someone else for the government to know that it has to protect its citizen. Government of pretense, no be small. Kenneth Cosmo says animals. Many people are described as animals in the zoo, with just no vision and wicked. It looks like we don't know what we were saying. For long too. Now all the lives lost because of stupidity, what is going to be done? Address that one too. Address it. Shobini Musa says, on whose land are the animals going to ranch? I'm sure they will find their way back to their village. Or find another person they will go and disturb. This is what Ifesinachi says, just because US is now ready for you people, you now ban open grazing, right? Nonsense. Like that says Nigeria 100% good in policy making, but implementation always zero. Exactly. They'll just write it to sound beautiful to your ear, but it's all just on paper. They'll hardly implement things. Onyekwe says, thank God for America's intervention. It's waking them up. More is to implement only Donald Trump's speech. Guns are blazing law, man of his words. God bless America. God bless the rising gun. Kimi says one thing that America they are afraid of is that once US soldiers steps into Nigeria, no going back. They may remain here till the next 7 years. Check countries American army are presently. They have been there for decades. Okay, Yusuf Adamu says I wish to comment, but I didn't see my Hausa Fulani brothers in the comment section. Okay now. Hona says, shall this ban be enforced? Or is it to impress the international community? Of course we know what it is now. Claiming that actions have been taken against open grazing. They will not do anything. They will not implement it. They will be watching. Adrim Osada says, let's see the implementation local government autonomy is still a mirage. CGA says, Ogumi brothers obey him. Atman Burebu says, they are not having the smells of the eastern parts as suffering for years. Always dependent on northern food. Many foods in east are being ate by cows instead of humans. It is well. Thomas says, will this law work in Nigeria? A lawless country where you enact law without implementation. Don't mind them. They will say something, but they will not implement it. They will not enforce it. What is all of this? Open grazing in place of bandits. Avoki, what is happening? Hey God, it is well. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Till some other time. Bye.